No, and that movie had a profound effect on me, only because of just everything about it, the filmmaking, the acting. I mean, the story. I mean, it just blew me away as far as it made it seem like it's limitless to what anyone can come up with as far as a story like that, and it just blew me away. Other films, there's been some as far as. I do feel like because they're popping in my head right now, darker films like Irreversible, which made me feel just like, I remember seeing Kids and feeling just dirty, like I need to watch my mind. Irreversible had the same effect on me, but at the same time I was like, oh, this is fucked up, but it stuck with me only because to realize that, certain lines that are crossed, when you're making a film as far as like being what's the word I'm looking for? Just showing just a brutally disgusting side of the human nature. A movie like that and Kids can point out, and it had a profound effect on me too. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of the last. Dark Knight definitely had as far as people's psyches and and what people have to do to make things right. I mean, that had a profound effect on me, which is why I love that film. But yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty more I can think of. Yeah,
there's an endless number of films that can influence you. Yeah, I mean, if you don't even want to talk about, I mean, we could go on forever. I mean, there's some stuff there was some stuff that were film related things that one of my favorite animators is a guy named Don Bluth, and he made some films that I didn't think were that great, but his animation had an influence on me. But you're right about a lot of the things you say, man.
Right. Real quick, this popped in my head just now. As far as documentaries, as far as seeing the good nature of people coming together from all different walks of life, Hands on a Hard Body. Documentary about people like putting their hands on the truck and like trying to see how long they can last, and just people from all kind of different walks of life and their little life stories about why they're doing what they're doing, and you get into their personal life.
That was a fascinating documentary.
I love that. I think I love that documentary.
That had a very limited release, but people, you should see that. It's an incredible
Hands on a Hard Body. Look it up. It's a great documentary.
All right. It says, "Hello, cool Corey and the mighty co-host." I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna let this podcast run out here. We're gonna be done soon.
Oh my God, this is our last hurrah.
I know. Yeah,
there's
this
no
is
need
it.
for any more. Let's do this podcast.
If you were not entertained by this, I don't know what.
Yeah.
This is let's do this
Hope
question
you
from
find God.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Because you're gonna kill yourself after this fucking extravaganza. Hey. Corey and the mighty co-host. Guy says he saw Watchmen. This is a question from New Zealand. And this is from Acoustic Punk. Basically, he saw Watchmen, loved it, liked it better than most of us, probably, except for you.
Right.
And he says, my question is, do you think that the book's themes relate more to Americans, thus making your connection to the story stronger, where areas someone like me doesn't feel like you? I don't think so.
It's kind of tricky just because I don't know what somebody from New Zealand or I don't know what they thought because I'm not them. I can say as far as just being worried about the world exploding. I mean, I think that's a scary notion that anyone growing up in this age has to think about. I mean,
well, listen. I mean, it's a great enough story. I've heard it connect with people all around the world. I've talked to people who have read it.
Right.
And
Alan Moore, he was an American. He wrote the goddamn thing.
Now, is he British?
I think he is.
Or does he just live in the UK? I'm not sure.
Oh, no, that's a great question.
I'm not sure. I mean,
I'm pretty sure. I've always thought he was British, but
and he lived.
I think you know what.
He doesn't live in London, by the way. He lives in Hampstead or something like that.
I can't remember, but I want to say I think I'm pretty sure that he is British. Yeah.
Let's see. Here's look. I mean,
as far as that question goes, I don't know. How
I've talked to people all around the world who have read this book.
It seems like a universal story.
Yeah. Nobody has ever said this is too American for me. I don't understand it. But I'm only talking about a handful of people that I've talked to around the world. But hey, none of them have mentioned that. So I don't think so. I don't have the point of view from a non-American person. I mean,
as far as the U.S. and Soviet relations, yeah. But as far as the characters and how they think and how they react to the world around them, no.
But even that story, I mean, you don't have to be American to know.
No, you don't have to know that was going on.
Yeah, that's a huge threat.
But then again, there's a lot of kids that didn't grow up around.
And that's another question. Hey, look, a lot of kids weren't around for that. And they read that book and they loved it. So I mean, you weren't even born at the time. So what difference should it make? It's a great story.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's a quick question. Carlisle slaughtered you and the rest of the Spill crew in the Get Smart review. You're a cartoon dude, and sometimes you come back. But how? Cartoons always come back. That's why with cartoons, we always come back. We can't be killed. Don't you ever watch Roger Rabbit?
Haven't you ever seen a Looney Tunes cartoon?
Exactly. You can chop us up to pieces. We'll come back. We do this. That's the art of it.
Yeah. You might as well ask how come the Itchy and Scratchy cartoons it's still going?
Yeah, shit. They hacked Donald Daffy Duck up. He comes back.
That's right.
We're elastic that way. We're elastic and very adhesive.
Forever.
Cartoons are like big blobs. We can just get back together whenever we want to. All right. We'll read two more.
Two more. Woo.
Yeah, two more.
That's close to the end.
Which anime show would you like to see get a live-action remake if they did it right? For me, it would be some shit I ain't never heard of. I ain't going to read it.
Well, I say it. Maybe I've heard of it.
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren?
You ain't never heard of that shit, have you?
No. If you're saying it right,
Gurren. Gurren. L-A, or is it L-E?
Gurren Lagann. Okay.
Lagann.
I think I know what the guy's talking about. It's like a Japanime show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like this robot head and
it's always a robot.
Yeah. It's like a Voltron type thing, but no. Now, what was the question again? Is he asking?
What anime would you like to see? He just said his.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say Sin City, but they. Not Sin City. I'm sorry, Wicked City.
Wicked City.
I was gonna say Wicked City, but they did have a Wicked City
live action.
Yeah, it went straight to DVD. Ninja Scroll.
Okay, that'd be good. I would like to see Full Metal Alchemist and. What was the other? Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, and Lupin. There's a character called Lupin the Third. I like to see them do a lot. Lupin the Third is not. See, what I like about Lupin the Third is that he's not some science fiction giant robot type shit and not some weird crazy tentacle anime porn.
Right.
Lupin the Third is a thief, and the guy Hayao Miyazaki who did Spirited Away. Actually animated one of the movies, and it was a great movie. It was called The Castle of Cagliostro. Look up this name, people. Castle of Cagliostro. It's a great film. It's almost like a screwball adventure film, and they might ruin it if they try to make a live action film. But I can see it being done in a very mainstream way. Even Spielberg at one time said, "I've been influenced by this movie." Oh, and they made a video game out of it called Cliffhanger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just took scenes from that movie and I think a couple of TV shows,
right? Because
that character had a TV show, and then they made a video game like Dragon's Lair where when they cue you to move a certain direction, you do it.
I just thought of one anime that I love and worship, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so. What is that?
I'm gonna give you This thing is so super fucking hard to find. I think it was available a bootleg DVD at one point, but I'll let you borrow the tape. I have an old tape that somebody gave me. It is incredible. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's like this group of guys that have all these special abilities, and they're trying to figure out clues to figure out this guy who's trying to destroy the city or whatever. I don't even know if I'm remembering. All I know is that these guys are put through certain quizzes and tests by these different opponents, and and they have to basically outwit their opponent. It's incredible. I don't do it justice by trying to explain. You have to see it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I would love to see that turned into a film.
Oh, really?
It's the kind of like it's almost like an Indiana Jones with superpowers type adventure. Yeah. I'll let you borrow it sometime.
Yeah, let me see it, man.
Incredible.
That sounds interesting. I've never seen it.
Oh, badass, yeah. Oh, by the way, though, remember Blood, the Last Vampire, I think?
Yeah.
They made that into a film
Did
recently.
they? Was it good? Did you see it?
I haven't seen it yet. I think it's getting ready to be released, if it hasn't already, over in Japan. But I'm really interested about that. It's a short. I want to say it's done by the same guys that have worked on Ninja Scroll, but that short vampire, it's awesome if you haven't seen it. But
oh, nice.
I'm gonna be real curious to see what they're gonna do with the movie or what they did with the movie. So,
all right. Here's another question. Here it says, for the Captain America movie, which actor do you think would be able to play Steve Rogers, a.k.a. Captain America? That's a good question because at least I have an answer for it.
Well, shit.
There's a guy named Josh Lucas.
He's the guy. Is he the guy from not Stealth, right?
Yeah,
that guy. That guy, they were primping that guy up to be a huge star, and it never happened. Which is why I would like to see him be Captain America. He's still kind of an unknown.
Because and I hate it when you like some people are talking about Brad Pitt. Yeah, Look, Brad Pitt is at the point where you see him play a role. It's Brad Pitt. It's not the character anymore. Okay.
Yeah, just fucking watch that new movie that new Quentin Tarantino movie he's in. It doesn't seem like he's really trying to be anything except Brad Pitt.
So yeah, I
have no answer for that. Besides, Jesus Christ.
Say an unknown then. So you'd like to see somebody who?
Oh, you know what?
Who?
The guy who played James Bond.
No.
Really?
I'm gonna tell you no.
Because
he's already James Bond. He don't need to be Captain America.
I know, but that's all I can think of. I don't honestly. I don't.
Just throwing shit out there.
I don't give a shit about Captain America. I'm sorry. Call me the bad guy right now. I just don't care.
Okay. We're going to do one more. This is the last one.
And that's it.
That's it.
Colin, now I got to shut my ass down.
Now, this is from somebody who hasn't written in before.
Right.
Long-time fan, first-time poster.
That's your problem. All
right. Let's see. I'll go ahead and read the whole thing since
read
this guy says, if one is familiar with the American movie rating system set up by the MPAA, one is likely to know that in a PG-13 movie, you are allowed to have no more than an utterance or two of the popular four-letter word starting with F. And let's see here. As long as they don't refer to the actual act, but rather use it as an adjective or insult. In many PG-13 movies, one can predictably tell that the writers use this rule to often a clever and surprising advantage. Okay, I read all this shit. I read all that shit for this one goddamn. I don't know. I read all that shit for this one thing. What occurrences of a PG-13 F-bomb did you guys find most effective? Okay, I'll tell you. Well, I'll tell you the first time that it really stood out to me, and that's a good question. The first time, because I'll tell you what, Leon and I had an argument about whether you could say. It's fuck. The word is fuck.
Yeah.
And we had an argument early on, a long time ago, whether you could say the word fuck in a movie. Mm-hmm. And I said, you can say fuck in a PG-13 movie. Right. And I said, you can say fuck in a PG-13 movie. And he said, no, you can't. And I was like, you can. He's like, no, you can't. He was looking at me like, no, you can't. And I was like, man, look, go watch Forrest Gump. All right. Yeah. And there's a part in there where they throw that word out there as loud and clear as they can because that's the only time they use it. They say, Forrest Gump is at some hippie rally or something, right. And one guy introduces him and he says, Forrest fucking Gump. I was like, that's about as loud and clear as you can see. And I think he even tried to tell me, well, Forrest Gump is rated R. I was like, no, it's PG-13. God damn it, fuck you. Well, so can you think of anything?
Well, didn't South Park do haven't they ever said fuck? On TV, for crying out loud?
But they were on a channel that wasn't falling under MPAA rules.
Oh, okay.
That's television.
Okay. Movie. Didn't they say fucking E.T. at one point?
No.
I thought they said, get that fucking alien out of my goddamn closet. What the hell? You dressing him like a woman? What the fuck is wrong with you? Wasn't that a PG movie?
I think E.T. at the end of it said, fuck you.
Fuck you, Elliot.
All right, y'all.
That's all I got.
People,
All
we
right,
gave
I'm
you a
done.
long-ass email section here. We got to get out of here.
It's time to shut down.
Time to shut down. Let's do this. We can't do this anymore.
Close these blinds.
We are
It's
goats,
over.
and we cannot drink any more of our own milk. We cannot eat any more of our own milk.
We are done.
Fuck your thoughts.
Fuck your thoughts.
All right, y'all. That's
This
it. For us.
podcast is too long.
This has been
Fuck your
this has been
thoughts.
over 3 hours, man. Can you believe that?
Holy Jesus.
All right, y'all. We got to get out of
All
here.
right, yes.
Goodbye.
Watchmen ran. Sex man confused his hands with stars again.